Alright, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that told me this truth that rule well. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kodash Paya. You got an article. Well, I got an article here, a headline where it says China is setting the stage for quote, digital Pearl Harbor on America, due to them, due to, the conflict with China and Japan, and America's backing up Japan, and you got a lot of Navy ships and warlike activity going on over there, right? As well as what's going on um with Israel, right? And Iran. Israel vows to retaliate against Iran with new devastating strikes, World War III, and we're witnessing the final climax, these final prophecies to seal everything else, right? Like Habakkuk stated, the end shall speak and not lie. And it's speaking, is everything is manifesting, you know? And this also could lead to, a holy war, right? As you see the article right above it, you know? But let's get this scripture real quick before we go back to that article with talking about China. But it says here, Revelation 16, let's start at 15. It says, Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, right? So we're supposed to, watch and pray, right? And when it says, and keepeth his garment, meaning this word, this, which covers you, which, right, the law, statutes, commandments, your faith, lest he walk naked and they see his shame, right? Because you don't want to lose your faith. You don't want to lose the word, the oil, by not watching, praying, prophesying. It says, and he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon, right? It tells you that also in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, Armageddon, mountain of troops, in the Hebrew, right? And that's why these conflicts is happening over there in the Middle East, where Israel, where the scriptures refer to Israel as the least of the flock. They drawing all the nations out now, and soon Russia, Iran, and the other allies is gonna heavily get involved, because as John the Revelator saw, the second world was passing, behold, the third world coming quickly. But before World War III is fully initiated, right? Revelation 13 and 16 has to come to pass. So we also got to watch this, digital infrastructure, right? Where they're talking about cyber attacks from China, due to the conflict I just mentioned. And that, I believe, will usher in a new currency, because you got something called problem, reaction, solution. So they deliver the problem to the people, which we know who caused it. But then we see the reaction of the people. So then these elites are going to come in and say, look, we got a solution. This is what's going to help the problem, because we see how you reacting, And there ain't going to be no more trial runs neither. We're heading to the final shebang, so to speak. 17, it says, the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, it is done. And we're waiting for that seventh trump completion. Right? So let's get this article over here real quick. Matter of fact, let's read this. It says, in the wake of House subcommittee hearings, this week on threats coming from the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. The FBI and lawmakers are warning of the cybersecurity threat that the CCP poses to U.S. infrastructure. All right, so now let's go down over here. 1, 2, 3. Right here, it says, the report explained, Wray said it was difficult to determine the intent of this cyber pre-positioning, which was aligned with China's broader intent to deter the U.S. from defending Taiwan. All right, so it's going to be an act of war, right? As they said, a digital Pearl Harbor. And coincidentally enough, right, which says the attack on Pearl Harbor, right, which was 1941, the Second War. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike. And if they attack the infrastructure, it's going to be like a surprise attack, right? That's why we're supposed to watch these for these events, because it's all prophetic. It says the attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike by the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service upon the United States against the American naval base at Pearl Harbor. So that's going to be, and with China, they have their digital system set up. The world, Sweden is about 90% or 80% pretty much cashless. The technology is set, the stage, the infrastructure is set up, and so with these warnings as well, with these banks, they're talking about another collapse. Many banks are closing down, gradually, and so that's gonna disrupt the payment methods. Even the third party with like Apple Pay, Cash App, PayPal, destroying these visas, debit cards, right? In the wake of cyber attacks. So that's gonna come in a way of conveniency, to where it's like, you don't gotta worry about your bank closing, or you just get this new digital device inside your body, But it's gradually happening, right, in a sense to where the public, the masses, will accept it, due to the turmoil that they're going to go through, right? Because we're going to go through lamentations, mournings, and woes, Jacob's troubles, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. But I want to get another scripture, right, which are the biblical Israelites. But I want to get another precept in the book of Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 25, and verse, I believe it's around the 6th or the 5th. Alright, Alright, let's get to the point. Let's get to the point. Verse 6. It says, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And so I got that because we're basically approaching midnight. You know what I mean? We're approaching that final hour, right? To where the bell rings, like in boxing, you got 12 rounds. That third day, so to speak, as the scriptures speak about, and like it tells you to measure thou the times diligently in itself. 2 Ezra 9. And when he said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the times diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which we're seeing, which I have told thee before, right, written in the scriptures, even in the Old Testament of Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Esdra. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we're seeing that. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end is manifesting, man. And then you got over here, Big Pharma with the V on this new pandemic going around, the B to the flu, right? Ending animal agriculture. Go figure. Famines as well is coming. Especially the famine of the word, going back to these digital infrastructures that's going to be attacked. Banks, whether it's your phones, whether it's hospitals, the whole grid. Everything is held by the grid, which refrigerator, the medicine, the food, the oil, water, transportation, right? So, just blowing of the trumpet on these two major events, which is prophecy. There's so much going on right now. So yeah, with that, Shalom.